In 1959, a man by the name of Arthur Samuel coined the term machine learning after a computer that was programmed to have a mind of its own through the game of checkers.
In 1957, Frank Rosenblatt invents the perceptron, an artificial neural network with pattern recognition. It was built with biological principles and showed an ability to learn material.
In 1970, the world's first anthropomorphic robot, known as the Wabot 1, is built at Waseda University in Japan. The robot had the ability to use limbs, have vision, and make conversation.
In short summary, the rest of the 20th century initiated and opened the realm of possibility for artificial intelligence. In 1961, the first industrial robot, Unimate, started working for an assembly line for GM. A couple years down the road, Wabot 2 is built in Japan. Its humanistic and musical characteristics allow it to communicate with a person, read musical score, and play relatively simple tunes on an electric organ.
In 2000, an MIT student develops a robot named Kismet, which could recognize and simulate human emotions. This brief synopsis illustrates the backbone of how artificial intelligence has evolved in the last 17 years and where it could lead down the road.
In 2002, iRobot, created by Rodney Brooke, was the first commercially successful robot for the home. It was a vacuum cleaner called Roomba. Through extensive algorithms, the autonomous device had enough intelligence to reliably and effectively clean a home. Roomba ushered in a new era of autonomous robots that were focused on very specific tasks.
In 2005, the United States military introduced Big Dog, made by Boston Dynamics, which was the first of its kind. With a vast array of sensors on each leg, the autonomous robot is used as a robotic pack animal in terrain that is too rough for conventional vehicles.
In 2011, Apple introduced the iPhone 4S with a voice-controlled personal assistant software known as Siri. Siri's voice recognition software has the ability to set calendar dates, make calls, send texts, set reminders, make reservations, and practically any other task that the user thinks of. Up to this point in history, this is artificial intelligence as we currently know it. With the exponential growth seen with artificial intelligence in the last 60 years, the possibility for the future remains endless.
However, no matter how advanced artificial intelligence may become in the next few years, its effects on society are unforeseeable.
Because your good friend Warren Buffett has warned in the past about biochemical attacks that are unmanned, maybe in the nose cone of a rocket, smallpox perhaps over a heavily populated area or a stadium. Does that concern you? Do you foresee that?
Well, it's very hard to predict if something super negative like that would happen. It's good for the world to consider it and try and take steps to minimize the chance of it. But the creation of drones doesn't substantially raise the risk there.
Are you investing in drones?
You've expressed your reservations about AI and your fears about that.
Yeah, I just think the singularity is probably the right word, because we just don't know what's going to happen once there's intelligence substantially greater than that of a human brain.
Yeah, and do you think...
It is commonly known that the US and global economy have been shaped by software technology for a number of years. Since then, there has been a rapid increase in this interactive technology, which is remarked as monumental by some and detrimental by others. One example of its negative effects is that the Bank of England estimates that 48% of human workers will eventually be replaced by robotics and software animation. ARK Invest continues by predicting that 76 million US jobs will disappear in the next 2 decades.
Socially, people have predicted there to be large amounts of social tension with the rise of artificial intelligence. People may seem threatened by the imposing AI culture. Personally, we believe that artificial intelligence could be the spawn of incredible technological advances for our society, but with what cost? Only time will truly tell. The future is variable, and we are timidly excited for what may come.